Hey there, guys. It's I Kill You here, and today we're starting a brand new series called Redstone 98. That's right, we're gonna do our best to break down everything that I know about Redstone and put it in uh, some kind of practical use, some kind of practical understanding for you, and hopefully by the end of our series, you'll be as good at Redstone as you want to be. So, today we're going to start very simple, and we're going to talk about. Uh, just redstone, the dust in general. So, redstone dust can be in many forms. First of all, if you just place down a redstone, you're going to get a dot just like that. And, if you put two together, then you get a line like this. And you can place redstone in this type of pattern. You can, be silly with it. Redstone can be made to be designs, to be a lot of things. It can be used for anything. You can write out messages with it. Hi. I've seen people use redstone to mark out plots. There's all kinds of uses for redstone other than just being redstone for contraptions. But also, 9 pieces of redstone can be turned into a block. But today we want to focus on this dust here and what this dust can do. So if we power the redstone, we get 15 blocks worth of powered redstone. So here we have 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And the signal ends here and doesn't continue further. So we don't get an output into this lamp and it doesn't work. So that's one thing to remember about redstone is it can only be powered 15 spaces. And if you needed to power it any further, then you would need another component to continue that on. Redstone can be done in any direction. It doesn't matter. Redstone can even be placed on top of itself like so. And doing this doesn't really do much. If you were able to do this, you wouldn't want to waste these. It's just, but it can be crossed over. It can be done in any direction, anyhow you want to do it. You could even split the signal in several directions if you wanted to. And at this junction, you would want to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you got a signal of 6 here, which means that I can go 9 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is powered. But that also means that I've junction here, I can go 9 more in this direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And we should be able to extend this signal all the way there. And if we put a piston down there, it should extend. So redstone gets a continuous signal of 15. But we can also manipulate this thing, and we could even come here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we'll get a signal here all the way to the end at which a piston would extend. And so we can manipulate redstone in many ways using this, and that's one of the most valuable things that I learned is that you can have multiple outputs from one input and they all work the same. So remember this when you're doing your redstone. You might have 4 different lines you wanted to power off one, and you could do different things with each line and come up with a contraption. So there's that part. Redstone can climb stairs, or blocks I should say. But if you're going to climb blocks like this, you can't have a block here, because if you do, it cuts the signal. See, in order for these to be connected, you need to see the pixels running up the block. And so now, let's get a power source. We can see that, my bad guys, we can see that this does not get powered, but if we take it away, it does. So blocks will cut the signal off, which can be very useful at times. Now, if we wanted to, there are some blocks that we can place on top of our redstone signals and not cut it off. And these are your typical blocks. Anything that's transparent you can place on top, which becomes very useful when it comes to decorating over top of a redstone design, because now you have all these options. You also have the option of a slab, and it works like so. So these are anything that's transparent basically will work. You also have this idea to keep in mind, that you can power redstone and it will actually jump, even though it's not connected here, it will jump up onto this slab. That's a very useful mechanic. But if you power it from this side, it won't go back down. That's just how it's been forever. I'm not exactly sure what to call that or what term that is, but when it comes to compacting things, this is useful. It's actually useful from both angles, and so is this. This can be very useful when compacting things, because sometimes you might want to cut this signal off and connect another signal to there. So there's that. You also see, because these are transparent, glowstone is one of the only transparent blocks that you can actually place redstone on. And you can zigzag these to your heart's content and be able to continue the redstone upward. And you can cover a lot of ground because you're splitting the signals. And this is how piston walls are wired up, so that they'll all work in unison a lot of times. So yeah, glowstone can be made into powered towers. Now this right here, the redstone dot, when it's in dot form, it will power all four directions. But turn that off, they all turn off to all turn on. And this is a very useful tool in the fact that it's not limited by direction. You can get multiple outputs from the one thing. But on the contrary, when we have the redstone lined, like so, it will only power the direction at which it's pointing. So that's why these two are on and these aren't lit. But anything that's touching the block that it powers will also be lit. So there's that. Pretty awesome concept there. And when we get into that concept, if we say we have the dust here and we power it, this one dust will turn into a line, and let's get rid of that. It won't do anything to this door because it's a line. But if we were to power this line so that it didn't turn the dust from a dot, it will affect the door. And let's demonstrate that from over here so you see that it's not the source that's doing anything. So there's that. And another thing to need to know about redstone dust is that redstone dust is actually one of the most used items in Minecraft and recipes. I think there are 14 recipes that redstone dust is used in, and there's also almost every potion is used with redstone dust. I should have to make another potion, wouldn't we? Let's get this here, and then once that's done brewing, we could get a extended fire resistance potion. So redstone is a very important thing in the game, not just for contraptions, but also being used for crafting and for potions and for many things. And with the use of the block, let's put this in there and it'll brew up. See, that's 3 minutes. It'll turn to 8 with the redstone. With the use of the block, becomes very decorative. And I personally like, I personally like dark oak with the redstone like so. Let's see, let's do this number and put the redstone on top here. You know, dark oak looks amazing with the redstone block. Alright, so now we have an 8-minute potion. So let's go over some things that redstone can manipulate. First thing it can manipulate is fence gates and doors, wooden and iron, and trapdoors, both wooden and iron. It can manipulate hoppers. It can manipulate observer blocks. It can manipulate droppers and dispensers and note blocks. So let's get some of these items out here and see how they are affected. Let's also get pistons and TNT. All these things are affected by redstone in one way or another. What else is there in here? Of course, the lamp you've seen used already. Minecart rails are affected, and detector rails give a signal. Activator rails eject mobs, but they're all affected by redstone. So let's get our dust out and a power source. Need a power source. So we're going to leave the TNT to last, but if we do that, that's how that's affected. We can get a note out of a note block. If we place some items in here, put a dust there, it'll dispense. And our dropper here, it'll also dispense. And our observer block, the observer detects the updating state of the redstone and actually will give 2 quick pulses. Now, hoppers can be manipulated by redstone because when they are, let's fill this up. When they are locked, they will stop the flow. The redstone will stop the flow of items inside for a second or until it's unpowered. So they affect hoppers, and it also can be placed on a hopper just like that. And of course redstone, let's do these together and manipulate those. And redstone can power that and power the activator rails. And if we have a minecart, we can pull a signal from there with a minecart. So a lot of things to know about redstone in general, And one of the most important things that we can find out about redstone, and as of right now, redstone works the same way carpet does, in the fact that whatever you put redstone on, uh, mobs will not spawn on them. Stops mobs. Redstone can be placed on these blocks, all of these blocks. It can be placed on pistons, but it has a unique thing with pistons that when the piston is activated, the redstone pops off. Not sure why that happens. And I had a question whether or not redstone can go on top of a crafting table, because I really don't know. And it can. Check that out. Alright, so to end the video here, we will manipulate this TNT with the redstone. Come on. Bam. Nothing like a little TNT to end the video. Well, guys, this has been I Kill You, and hopefully, if you didn't know all this, maybe you've learned something today. Hopefully, I was helpful and insightful. And if you got any questions for me, leave them down in the video comments, and I'll be glad to answer you. And also, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, if it was helpful, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button for me. I'm on my way to hopefully get 30 subscribers soon, getting started out here. And but I'm not gonna get discouraged. I'm gonna keep going until we get those 30. So maybe you'll be the one to help me over the edge today. Anyways, guys, this has been Redstone 98. This is I Kill You, and we will see you on the next one. Bye bye.